I did my makeup for graduation.
No, stop eating that. Down, Winnie, down. Down.
There's a karaoke band on the road. They go by the name of
Hi friends, welcome back to this week's video. So for today, I actually wanted to do kind of like a get ready with me tutorial on how I did my makeup for my graduation photos and my actual graduation day. So in reality, I'm actually filming this on Tuesday, May 18th. So I'm graduating tomorrow, but by the time that you all see that, it'll be uploaded after my graduation. I put a story up on Instagram and I was just like, this feels super weird. I'm not used to having this much makeup on. I feel like I'm wearing 10 pounds. And everybody DM'd me later on and they're like, yeah, you know, it is a little weird, especially if you're not used to it, which I obviously am not. So somebody told me, they gave me the advice, like, not only should you do kind of like a get ready with me and how you did your makeup for your pictures, but also just the kind of makeup that you would normally not wear. So I have here, I'm going to put on like eyeliner on the bottom. I'm actually going to put on face stuff, not foundation, because, well, it was kind of last minute when I wanted to do this and I didn't have time to go to the store, even though Target's like literally down the street. Like I can see it out of my window, which is kind of embarrassing. I was just too lazy to go. So instead I have one of my all-time favorites, my BB cream here. I have highlighter with me, bronzer or contour, whatever, blush, false eyelashes, and then I'm going to do my eyebrows super dark. I'm not used to doing it. I do really natural feathery looks, but today they're going to be bold. So without further ado, let's get started. Because I'm doing makeup differently, makeup that I normally wouldn't wear, I'm going to do things a little out of order. But I'm still like really keen on trying to find like some kind of starting point. So I'm not going to start by doing my face. I'm actually going to start by doing my eyebrows. And then, you know, as the look progresses, I can go in and darken them if I need to, but that's just to kind of give me like a base, a starting off point to kind of like measure the rest of my makeup and I guess kind of create a look from there. First, I'm going to go through and comb my eyebrows to make sure that they are all nice and even. Then I am going to go in and start drawing strokes, starting with my outer tail and then working my way inward. I'm just filling in the sparse areas of my brow to create a more defined and bold look. I'm going to go in with the Best of Beauty palette by Profusion, and I'm going to use the eyeshadow primer that it came with, and then I'm just going to dab a few spots on my eyelids and then rub them in with my finger. So next I'm going to start with my eyeshadow. This palette is huge. I'm going to be using most of it, but I'm going to be using these 4 colors for shadow. And I think I'm going to start with this one right here. It's like a dark mauve-y shade. And again, I'm going to start off by really deepening and filling in my socket area by focusing most of the color on the outer V and then sweeping the rest of the shadow over my lid. Now that both eyes are done, I'm going to go in with this cranberry shade right here, and then I'm just going to use that to go over that darker shade and to also buff out any harsh or sharp lines that I made with the previous color. I'm also going to use that same cranberry shade to really create a nice gradient and a transition effect between my darker shade, my shimmer shade. Next, I'm going to dip into the Royal Purple Shimmer shade, and like all my other eyeshadow looks, I'm going to create a kind of crease cut look by packing it on my eyelid first and then later going in and really creating that sharp cut crease. Then I'm going to go back in with the cranberry shade and use it once more as a transition shade to truly buff out the edges between my shimmer shade and my darker shade. As something I don't do much, I'm going to dip into that purple shade again and really focus it on the outer corner of my bottom lash line. Now time for my face. I'm going to squeeze a little bit out of my L'Oreal Magic BB Cream, which doubles as a primer as well. It goes on white, and then the more that you blend it in and buff it out, it turns into your skin tone. And of course, we have to make sure that we blend it onto our neck so we don't look so crazy. Now that the BB cream is settled, I'm going to go in with the Beauty Blender and really push that product into my face. For added coverage, I'm going to go in with a second BB cream, and I'm just going to use that product to swipe it all over the major points of my face where I would like more coverage and more concealed spots. I like to blend out my BB cream, CC cream, foundation, whatever I have with my fingers because it creates a nice kind of like airbrushed natural effect. You don't have any sponge residue, any brush strokes or brush residue. And then once again, I go in with the Beauty Blender to really push that product into my skin. Now it's time for concealer. I'm going to lightly dab this under my eye just to really hide that redness and then also any bags that are showing through by both of the BB creams. Next, I'm going in with a brown liquid liner, and I chose brown over black for this look specifically because I wanted to create a softer look but also creating definition and boldness by having and creating a small wing. But in all honesty, I do switch between my black and brown liners for this look. I'm going to be going in with another eyeliner. This is a brown pencil eyeliner with a dual-ended smudger on the end. I'm going to run this along the bottom of my lash line right over the purple eyeshadow we just added to create a more darker and deeper smoky effect. Of course, we can't have an eye look without my favorite Lash Sensational mascara. I'm just going to add in a few coats of mascara over my top, and I think I'm going to do a little bit on my bottom lashes as well. And then later go in with Falsy Trio eyelashes. Now we're going to go in with these false eyelash trios from Ardell. Now, I'm not the best at putting on these eyelashes. With some help, I'm going to use my Duo eyelash glue and of course a pair of tweezers. I love this eyelash glue. It's really easy to use and very hard to mess up. So it goes on white and it dries clear. For these false eyelashes, I'm going to be using 1 medium and 2 smalls. You see, this is just 1 medium. These are on the outer parts of my lash. And then I'm going to go in with the smaller trios, more in the middle, to create a very nice fanned out effect. Now I see that I kind of messed up. I told you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm not the best at putting on fake eyelashes. I'm sorry, but we're gonna make it work. So I'm just gonna go in and add some mascara once again to really combine my natural lashes with my fake trios. So now that that's done, I think it looks pretty natural. I mean, you can't really tell unless like you're actually looking for it. So now I'm going to dip back into the Best of Beauty Profusion palette, and then I'm going to start doing some contour and some blush on my face. I'm going to be using a bronzer brush, and I'm just going to use that to run it along the high points of my cheekbones, use it to sculpt my forehead, and then I'm also going to use it to later define my jawline as well as contour my nose. To contour my nose, what I like to do is pinch the brush and then run it along the sides of the bridge of my nose to really make a nice sharp line, and then later on I blend it out. Next, I'm going to go in with bronzer, and I'm just going to sweep that over the high points of my cheeks where I put the contour for a more defined and very snatched look. Next, I'll be going in with a blush brush, and of course, I'll be using blush. And here, I'm just going to grab very little. I'm going to put that on the bottom of the apples of my cheeks and then lightly sweep it upward to create a more lifted effect. Now I'm going to use my finger to dip into a highlight shade, and then I'm going to run that along the high points of my cheeks as well. Using that same highlight shade, I'm going to use that to put on top of my eyebrow bone. So this is what we're looking like right now. I think it looks really nice, fresh, and natural. Then I'm going to go in with a nice fluffy powdery brush and just kind of gently sweep over my face to really mix in and blend the contour, the blushes, the bronzer. Going back to contouring, I'm going to use this flat, thin brush and just lightly contour the rest of my nose to get a more defined and precise look. And of course, I'm going to be blending it into my eyebrow bone to make a more seamless effect. Last but not least, we're going to go in with liquid lipstick. In my opinion, you don't need a whole lot to really make a look. Just go in with one layer and you're pretty much good for the day. This next step is completely optional. I'm just going to go in with my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil and really fill in those gaps and sparsities that I have seen throughout my makeup look, and just really create a very bold and more defined eyebrow look. But if you like the way you look already, skip this step. And of course, to complete every look, you just gotta fix your hair and then pose for the camera any way you want and really own it. So that is my grad look, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed. See you in the next video. Bye, friends.